Participants of the 6th Congress of Leaders of World and Traditional Religions will discuss the role of religion in geopolitics and people's consolidation. Today, Astana hosted a meeting of the Secretariat of the Congress where members of various religions discussed the major items of the agenda. According to the event participants, interfaith harmony still causes concerns as there are unresolved religious conflicts and a growing number of destructive movements in the world. Participants of tomorrow's Congress will discuss the ways various religious leaders can help resolve these challenges. Tomorrow we will give out the Astana Award for People's contribution to the interfaith dialogue development for the first time. The award was established at the initiative of President Nursultan Nazarbayev. Tomorrow we will open a Peace and Harmony Museum initiated by President Nursultan Nazarbayev at the last 5th Congress.
Kazakhstan is a very good location for this, given the diversity of this country, but also the presence of significant faith communities in the countries around Kazakhstan, and also the way in which this country works hard to bring together faith communities. So it's a good place to be.
Austrian business leaders discussed the ways of strengthening cooperation with their Kazakh partners. The parties are set to strengthen investment cooperation and launch joint projects in various sectors of the economy. Kazakhstan is interested in Austria's experience in digital transformation, renewable energy and agriculture, while the Austrian partners expressed great interest to Kazakhstan's petrochemical industry, machine building and logistics, particularly the transit of goods through Kazakhstan to Europe.
Kasachstan ist für uns ein sehr wichtiges Land.
Austrians value Kazakhstan as a very stable country. We have well-developed trade between our countries. Kazakhstan created favorable investment environment. Cooperation between the Austrian and Kazakh companies is successful. Kazakhstan is working on diversification of its economy, while Austria has an innovative economy and an extensive experience. We want to share our experience with Kazakhstan.
Also auf alle Fälle in der Infrastruktur, wo wir sehr stark.
Austrian entrepreneurs praised Kazakhstan's investment climate and said that they consider Kazakhstan as a promising market.
Das Klima ist sehr gut und mein Gefühl ist in den letzten.
The investment climate in Kazakhstan is very favorable. I'm especially impressed by the changes that happened over the past year and a half. We operate in the renewable energy sector and represent the entire South Austrian solar battery industry. We have been operating in Kazakhstan for 4 years. We believe that your market is promising and we consider opening a new office.
In Solarthermie-Kollektoren, die Firma Kyoto.
Интерес очень большой со стороны австрийских компаний.
Austrian companies are interested in cooperating with the Kazakh partners. They are ready to invest in production and establish joint enterprises to produce commodities that we import in Kazakhstan. Our goal is not just to substitute imported production or goods that the country currently needs, but also to strengthen export of our products. Our partnership is providing vast opportunities.
У нас очень большие возможности в рамках нашего партнерства.
Astana has a bright future as a regional financial hub in Central Asia. In his State of the Nation address, President of Kazakhstan Nursultan Nazarbayev highlighted the development of a new financial center in the Kazakh capital. The experts of London's largest business and financial center believe that Astana can provide the Kazakh business with foreign investments and necessary support.
So I think Kazakhstan's in a really critical place in Central Asia. It doesn't have much opportunity to actually have competitors in the Central Asia region. So there's a real opportunity for Astana itself to become a global financial center in its own right. And of course, the City of London knows a little bit about being a global financial center. So I think that there's a real opportunity for our firms here in the city to be able to go and set up in Astana, bring the standards that have already been set in terms of the global financial center.
President Nursultan Nazarbayev also spoke about the importance of the digital transformations and highlighted the need of transitioning to cashless economy. Kazakhstan can learn from its strategic partner China, which has gained significant experience in online sales and electronic commerce. We moved from industrial to digital and internet economy. There are multiple innovations in this sector. China is a worldwide leader in cashless payments. Payments using mobile applications and online sales are very convenient for the people. Kazakhstan also began developing this sector. It is important to develop the economy in accordance with the modern requirements. One of the largest Chinese companies is set to invest $30 million in implementation of a joint project with Kazakhstan. The company is planning to build an agricultural machinery manufacturing plant. The parties have completed the negotiations related to the project. The investors also learned more about the conditions that have been created for the project's implementation. The enterprise will be located in Kostanay region. The first tractors manufactured in Kazakhstan will be present at the market next year. Kazakhstan is actively working on attracting investments. I believe that this project will be successful and profitable. There is a large sales market for agricultural machinery. It's an excellent opportunity. We're planning to export our products to the Eurasian Economic Union countries. The Chinese company is well known on the Kazakh market. Their representative office is selling agricultural vehicles in Kazakhstan. The statistics show that the Chinese tractors are in great demand. The parties believe that assembling vehicles in Kazakhstan is a profitable and effective solution. We think that this is a large project that covers not only Kazakhstan but also the entire Eurasian Economic Union. Our Chinese partners are very interested in accessing other markets as well. That's why this plant can manufacture vehicles not only for Kazakhstan but also beyond. The project will be implemented to manufacture products for other markets as well. The project is implemented to fulfill President Nursultan Nazarbayev's task and the government's objective. The new tractor plant in Kostanay region is not the first joint Kazakh-Chinese project. There are 51 joint projects in manufacturing overall. According to experts, cooperation as part of the Nurly Zhol program and the Belt and Road Initiative will contribute to the growth of Kazakhstan's export potential. The agro-industrial complex is an important component of Kazakhstan's economy. New technologies are introduced across the sector. Advanced tech transformations are allowing to obtain good yields. 40 tons of apples are harvested from 1 hectare in the Almaty region. High productivity in intensive gardening was achieved due to the use of the Italian technology and the drip irrigation system. The garden even has its own weather station.
Это маленькая метеостанция. Хоть маленький, но бесценный для садоводства.
This is a small weather station, but very important for gardening. These iMetos measures rainfall, the temperature and humidity of the foliage. By analyzing and calculating, it forecasts certain diseases. Then I look around the garden and start preparing the treatment against these diseases.
Я уже смотрю по саду и начинаю подготовку к обработке против этих болезней.
Intensive gardening started 5 years ago here. Approximately 500,000 dwarf trees imported from Europe were planted on an area of 150 hectares. Now the apples of the garden are sold not only in Kazakhstan but also in Russia and Mongolia.
У нас около 14 сортов.
We have nearly 14 varieties. Basically, they're all the European plants brought from Italy. The most popular ones that are known among common people include Golden Delicious, American, and Red Delicious varieties. There are also other imported varieties such as Fuji, the Braeburn English variety, and the Granny Smith Green variety. Due to the drip irrigation system, the renewal of the equipment park and new seeds in the Panfilov district of the Almaty region, farmers are planning to receive up to 200 centners of corn harvest per hectare. Preference was given to a new American variety, J98 and M27. Last year, we received 120 centners per hectare. This year, we're hoping to exceed these figures. We have 4 new combines and a farm. There are places for sale of corn. Now 300 hectares are occupied by drip irrigation, and in the future the area will be doubled. Experts say that this year the total harvest of corn will amount to almost 550,000 tons. The farmers sell the entire harvest to the local corn factory.
То, что мы здесь производим,
What we produce here, we send it for processing to the parent company in the Shamalghan station. The product is processed there and then exported to the food industry. The experts say that the farmers will have no problems with these sales. By the end of the year, the local authorities are planning to launch an elevator and a compound feed plant. Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan are set to introduce a multinational Silk Road visa, as was announced at the international exhibition Tourism on the Silk Road held in Tashkent. According to the parties, this will help boost tourism in the region. Introduction of the single visa will allow foreign tourists to easily move from one country to another. For example, many tourists traveling to Central Asia want to visit Kazakhstan and also other countries such as Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan or Tajikistan. Therefore, this visa agreement will open vast opportunities for the tourists willing to discover these countries. Delegations from Kazakhstan, Thailand, Egypt, Singapore, Malaysia, India, Korea, Turkey and China attended the international exhibition this year. They presented their culture, attractions and cuisine. The exhibition provided an opportunity for travel companies to network and find ways of expanding cooperation.
Kazakh scientists are structuring a genomic database of modern people of Central Asia. Data of a large-scale project can be used in a number of areas. First of all, the data will allow establishing genetic affinity of the region's people as well as learning more about their demographic history and migration processes. In addition, a common database can be used not only in research but also in practice. Identities of people who have lost their memory can be established faster than the average timing for this procedure. DNA fingerprinting will determine color of eyes, hair and skin of a person who is searched.
И целью этого проекта также является определить, когда и как взаимодействовали вот эти вот.
The purpose of this project is to determine when and how these people have interacted with each other. We're studying their common ancestors, migration to Kazakhstan's territory, and their genetic traces that might be found in other nations. Thus, we intend to find the missing information on Central Asia.
Родственные генетические следы и тем самым заполнить вот недостающийся пазл информации по Центральной Азии.
The second stage of the 100 New Faces of Kazakhstan project is ongoing in the country. The government-initiated project is aimed at discovering some of the most inspiring and motivating stories of success. Mammologist Dana Bashibayeva is among the first winners. Since her childhood, she had dreamt of becoming a doctor and helping people. Now she's introducing new methods of treatment in mammology. She writes extensively about the measures of prevention of breast cancer, causes of the disease, and methods of treatment.
Я провожу операции на молочные железы по поводу доброкачественных.
I perform surgeries on benign processes. I diagnose breast cancer. My main focus is preventing the disease.
Основное, конечно, мое направление – это профилактика рака молочной железы.
Dana Bashibayeva says that the main way to prevent the disease is to increase awareness among the population. She's actively sharing her experience, knowledge and real stories in social media. She has more than 60,000 subscribers. The winner of the 100 New Faces of Kazakhstan project says that in her publications, she urges the Kazakh women to regularly undergo examinations and monitor their health.
Самое, конечно, популярное, наверное, рубрика – это когда рассказываются различные истории живых пациентов, то есть клинические случаи.
The most popular section in my blog is the personal stories of the patients and clinical cases. People ask a lot of questions and leave comments. Unfortunately, our women are too afraid. Fear stops them from facing a terrible diagnosis. Women delay a visit to a mammologist and they only seek help in the later stages.
Страх прийти и услышать страшный диагноз. И поэтому женщины оттягивают визит к маммологу. И если обращаются, то бывает так, что очень поздно и на поздних стадиях.
It has been 8 years since Dana started working in healthcare. In those years, she has received wide public acclaim. She believes that 100 New Faces of Kazakhstan project helps to inspire and motivate people to dream and achieve their goals. Kazakh students have developed a mobile application that will ease the lives of the people living with the Alzheimer's disease. The development, titled Sequence by Young Innovators, reminds the user about the need to take his or her medicine. Students say that the app can greatly facilitate the lives of the patients and their families. The application is recommended for people over 65 years susceptible to Alzheimer's. Everyone knows that Alzheimer's is progressing very quickly. Therefore, it is important to take all the medications in due time. With the help of the application, users can set the exact time of medication. They will not forget to take them promptly.
Алып қабылдағаннан кейін сіздер яғни қабылдадым деген кнопканы басасыздар. Қабылдадым деген кнопка.
After taking the pills, the patient must click on the medicine taken button. After pressing the button, the patient gets a message. This application can be used not only by the people with Alzheimer's, but also very convenient for both children and older people.
Өте жақсы, және де медициналық жобаларда, ауруханаларда осы цифровизацияландыру үшін қолданылады.
Scientists of eastern Kazakhstan are applying new methods of archaeological research which allow studying the contents of the ancient mounds before excavation. They are applying a method of scanning the possible sites of ancient graves for the first time. Ground-penetrating radar works as a metal detector in finding artifacts. In 2-3 hours, the electronic device scans the soil as deep as 25 meters.
Преимущество таких исследований, что это оперативная информация.
An advantage of this research is quick and early information. This is the first time when we use such a complex device in archaeology. Obviously, simple types of mine detectors were used, but the penetration depth of the mine detectors is very short.
Проникновение миноискателей это очень незначительное.
Scientists say that the Shilekti barrows contain more than one unique artifact that proves the life of ancient nomadic civilizations. Last summer, in the Shilekti barrows, archaeologists found the burial of a noble young man of the Saka period and nearly 3,000 gold jewelries. The latest transcripts of the ground-penetrating radar should lead to archaeological sensations, scientists say.
Эффективность данной работы очень высокая и оказывает большую помощь.
The effectiveness of this work is very high and has a great help to archaeologists. In this case, errors are detected quite accurately, which gives more than 50% confidence that the excavation will have results.
Уверенность в том, что раскопки не будут безрезультатными.
Scientists will test all options of the ground-penetrating radar in the new archaeological season. In eastern Kazakhstan, they will continue to study the necropolises in the Beryl Mountain tract and will open a special laboratory for detailed research of artifacts found in the region.
Works of Shokhan and Botagos presented at the Golden Path exhibition are diverse and convey love, freedom and beauty in a very interesting way. Creative duo of a father and daughter showcase their best works to the public. Botagos is a tapestry master and Shokhan is a famous sculptor. His works have been featured in galleries in many cities. The master admits that his works require a lot of patience and time.
Мысалы, мәрмәр тастан жасаған кезде әйел адамына көбінесе келеді.
It is often impossible to distinguish a female image from a male one when seeing the sculptures made of stone and marble. Marble helps me convey the whiteness of woman's skin and the tenderness of a mother. It is harder to convey these images using bronze. Working with metal, it is important to have a certain level of craftsmanship.
Оны тірілту, ол шеберлікке байланысты. Ол оның мүсіншінің ерекшелігі, ол ұста болу керек.
This work is called Unity. 3 people are traveling by boat without oars. The author wanted to show that only when people are united they can achieve a common goal. The deep and philosophical style of the sculptor is clearly seen in each piece of work. The art style of Bota Gostolish is also very unique. She is recognized as a tapestry master for the use of bright color palette.
Ерекшелігі ол композициялық шешімінде және колористикалық шешімінде.
The peculiarity of my works is the compositional and coloristic decision. In my work, I use my own color palette and plastic lines. The colors are mostly light and the lines are soft.
Түс бояу ашық, жеңіл түстерменен жасалады.
The guests and the residents of Astana can visit the Golden Path exhibition until October 24th.